All right, it's the picks. It's the Red Zone Challenge. This is week number 9, brought to you by Swing Time at Dairy Creek and the Poorhouse in Paso Robles, where Buddy Sabbath playing this Saturday.
Still available, and I think there's a couple of VIP tables still available. The VIP table's nice because you sit with your friends, guaranteed to sit with your friends and all that stuff, and then they bring you service too. You gotta go up and get it at the bar. You can enjoy the show a little bit better with the VIP table. So go to PasoRoblesBeer.com to find out more on how you can get your tickets to Sabbath Bloody Sabbath on Saturday. All
right. Plenty of other stuff going on there as well. They do trivia nights. Deja Vu tomorrow night. It's a local band. You've seen them? Have you seen them? They do classic rock hits and smooth rock, funky jams. That's Deja Vu. And Bernie James and the Blue Jam. What happened to the Funky Flames? We got to find out.
It's a Sunday thing. Funky Flames, they're still funky. They just, they're doing other things right now.
All right, so Kevin, you and Leslie and Jeff went 2-1 last week.
Woohoo!
Yeah, I went 1-2. So the order's going to go Leslie's pick first, and then you, and then Jeff, and then me. And we'll start off with Buffalo at Cincinnati. Cincinnati at home, a 2-point favorite. Who does Leslie like in this one, Jeff?
Why does Leslie go first?
Because she's at 14-10. She's at 14-10, and you guys all tied for 2-1 last week.
She is going to take the home team in the Cincinnati Bengals, minus the 2. They're catching fire right now, the Cincinnati Bengals, making the Niners their bitch this past weekend.
Kevin?
Wow. Boy, Kevin.
I just do that for the Niners fans. One of my daughter's best friends, dad's huge Niners fan. Like, travels up for games, and we talk back and forth, and we're very cordial because we're the fathers, but we're very of our daughters. Like, we're not. I mean, he's a nice guy and everything, but we're not like friends or anything like that. And he always makes sure to bring it up to me whenever the Seahawks have a stumble. And I ran into him the other day on a 3-game losing streak, and I was like, Niners, dude, what's going on, man?
So you start doing the Seahawk, the Seahawk, get the wings going, yeah.
It's always fun to needle people when they're down.
Yes, it is.
Lord, boy, Kevin.
What do you like, Kevin?
This is a tough one. This is a tough one. I mean, I think this is the return of what was his name? Buffalo's the guy that went down last.
Yeah, Damar Hamlin.
Damar Hamlin's coming back. This is the first time they're playing each other again, so Buffalo's going to have that emotion. But Cincinnati's just looked great the last few weeks. I think they're finally all healthy. Jeff's boy Jamar Chase is going to probably get another 2 touchdowns and have a good day.
Oh, you saw the trade go through, huh?
I did. It just snuck in on us. I was like, "Well, where'd that come from?"
Yeah, sell high. Sell high on Jamar Gibbs. Yes. So you think Cincinnati's going to win?
I'm going to take Cincinnati. Yeah.
Okay.
In a close one.
Yeah, this has got the makings of a Sunday night football game. I'm excited for that. Like, this is what you do, right? Like, I would have thought Miami, Kansas City should have been the Sunday night game, but you already make the plans for Frankfurt and all that stuff, which we're going to get to that game in a moment. But I also think the home team is going to win on this one. It's just that they've got whatever their problems were earlier in the year figured out, and I think that really I don't think it's a Jamar Chase game. I think it's going to end up being a Joe Mixon game more than anything, because Buffalo has been terrible against the run since some key cogs in their defense has gone down, and I think Joe Mixon will have a surprisingly good game, even though a lot of people won't think he will because he's an older back. But anyways, give me Cincinnati in a close one as well.
Let's see, they beat Tampa Bay last week, the Giants, Miami, a couple wins early from your Raiders, the Commanders, the Jets. I like Buffalo in this one.
Why? Because that gauntlet of talent that they've been able to beat?
I mean, I know that Cincinnati beat San Francisco last week, but I think Cincinnati overlooks or I'm sorry, the 49ers overlooked Cincinnati last week. I don't think that would. I don't know. I think that was an odd game. They beat Seattle. They beat Arizona. I don't know. My gut is saying this one's close. I'm going to try to go the other way and gain a point back on you guys as I'm behind you by one, or at least I'm behind Kevin by one.
What's a buffalo sound like?
Yeah, what is the lone buffalo? Do this thing where you go. Yesterday at the end of the show, I had to walk out of the studio after we were doing the Josh Dobbs audible at the line call.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys! And everybody was just looking at me like, "Are you guys okay?" And then I'm like, "Yeah, why?"
Oh my
They're like,
gosh.
"Are you guys doing like a
Sloth
Halloween
coming to
thing?"
life.
I said, "Nope, just sloth, bro."
All right, so there's the lone buffalo. Let's move on. Miami traveling. Well, I should say they're going to Frankfurt. Miami is the visiting team. Kansas City apparently the home team at 2.5 favorite. What has Leslie got in this one, Jeff?
She's got Miami.
Okay, this is another tough one, Kevin.
Lone boy
This is a
Kevin.
real tough one. It would make it a lot easier if they were actually in Kansas City because that's a tough place to play.
Mm-hmm.
I just have a hard time seeing Kansas City losing 2 in a row. Until I see that, I am going to go with Kansas City in another shootout.
Gosh, is Taylor going to be at the game? He always does better when Taylor's at the game.
No.
She's not going to be there. It's
No.
like it's the international game.
Come
Like this
on.
is the one that I would
Step
think
it
the NFL would be like, "Hey, can I pay you to go, please?
Come on,
Please
You paid
go."
enough money.
It'll be your fourth or
Need
fifth
the
date.
money.
Come
You
on.
know she's worth $1 billion
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
after this tour.
Yeah.
She's worth $1
And-
billion.
And then her movie theater tour.
Yeah, like let's milk that. Let's squeeze that sponge a little tighter. See
What do you
else
think,
we
Jeff?
can get out of it.
What do you think of this one?
I agree with Leslie on this one. Miami is a juggernaut when it comes to offensive output. I feel like Kansas City. I still feel like if these two teams are the representatives at the end of the season for the AFC and the championship team, the Kansas City Chiefs are going to win. But I feel as if though the Chiefs are figuring some stuff out right now, and Miami might have just a little bit more figured out. And I'm
But
going
who's
to.
Miami beat? That's the question.
Well, yeah,
They-
no,
they
I-
haven't beaten a team with a winning record yet.
Right, I get that, but I just
That's why I went with Kansas City.
you lost to the Broncos. There's some broken things there, and I understand that Patrick Mahomes was not feeling well that day.
Yeah, I saw a picture of a ref hugging him. Come on, buddy. You can feel better.
Arian Foster probably knows a little bit about
Did you get
that.
the script?
Yeah, got the script. Arian Foster's giving me the script. I'm going to go with Miami Dolphins.
I like what Kevin said.
Lone boy Kevin.
I think he's going to be feeling better. I know they lost to Denver. They're not going to lose 2 in a row, especially after that loss. I just feel like Mahomes he's got a little bit more experience than Tua. I think Tua's great. I mean, that guy is incredible. I mean, when he sits there and he's looking right, and then throws like a 40, 50-yard pass left, like just turns his head and throws. I mean, that's incredible. And it's spot on. But I don't know. I think a little bit more mature team. Kansas City, I know Jeff's got Waddle on his team, his fantasy
See,
team.
that's the
so
thing is
he's
they're not
wishing it.
mature. They're not mature. They're like the receiving core is just too green.
I love this Rice guy. He's great. I like Kansas City in this one. All right, so we got 2 Kansas City, 2 Miami. Let's move on to the final game in the 3 closest games of the week. Chargers road favorite as they head out to New York to take on the Jets. Are a 2-point favorite in this one.
Leslie picks the Chargers.
Lone boy Kevin.
I will follow suit. I'm going to pick the Chargers as well. Yes, they're traveling east, and that's a tough thing to do for all these West Coast teams, but I just have no faith in the Jets. They are my defense, but I still have no faith in the Jets.
Jeff does.
I do. In fact, I'm picking them to win easy in this one. Let's even tease it out.
How their offense can't score.
Their offense can score because you got Brees Hall And listen, the Chargers have been a lot better at shutting down the run, but it's that whole question that you asked in the last matchup was like, well, who have they faced type of thing. Yeah. They did not, I don't know. They had a tough time with Saquon Barkley last week and shutting him down. But I think Austin Eckler is a different type of runner. He excels in catching the ball and running, and I don't know if you can do that against the Jets as well as you can just a beast that runs hard up the middle. So then you're going to rely on your passing game with Justin. Justin Herbert is perfectly capable, but Brandon Staley finds ways to mess things up. We're talking amongst friends here, so I almost said a bad word. But he finds ways to mess things up. And I feel like on the road in New York, this is a way, and I think Robert Saleh is a much better coach than Brandon Staley. So I'm just going to go, this is a coaching matchup, and the defense is going to beat offense in this one, and give me the Jets.
I'm going to go Chargers. What's a lone Jet sound like?
Benny and the Jets, right?
Is that Jet going down? Like, what's that? I don't hear anything.
I could do Jeffrey and the Jets.
There we go.
What's a lone Jet say? Well, what does Zach Wilson sound like? Because he's the loneliest of the Jets. Okay, I'm gonna go.
All right, there it is.
That's the jet landing.
Leslie's out in front at 14-10. Lawn Boy Kevin 12-12.
Lawn Boy Kevin.
Jeff and I are both 11-13, trying to get to 500. Don't forget to play the Red Zone Challenge. You can still do it. Every week we give away a free round of golf from Swing Time at Dairy Creek. $25 to go to the Poorhouse in Paso Robles, where Buddy Sabbath is playing this Saturday night. PasoRoblesBeer.com if you want to grab tickets to that. We'll also have another pair coming up at 8:40 this morning. Don't forget brunch at the Sea Venture as well. Congratulations again going out to Abel out of Oceano, Castilla. I can't remember what he said his name is pronounced. Castilla.
Castilla. IOU.
$1,000 up for grabs, as well as that TV and soundbar from Coast Electronics.
Kevin, which of your kids is the slowest one when you said one of them is slow-mo?
My 10-year-old.
Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I can see that.
But he's always been that way. He's also the more opinionated, the more stubborn.
Mm-hmm.
He's the typical second child.
Second child, yep. Boys especially. All right. Just very curious. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Yeah, good luck this week.